Welcome to this edition of Chelmsford High School's Lions Pride. I'm Steve Murray, principal of Chelmsford High School. Each month we celebrate 2 seniors from each house. We recognize these students for their academic success as well as their countless activities and programs that these students participate in that make Chelmsford High School one of the best high schools in the state. This recognition and show would not be possible without the generosity and support of the Chelmsford Rotary Club. They have sponsored this program for over 30 years. So without further ado, let's meet our deans and our students of the month. I'd like to introduce Dean MacNeil from Emerson House to talk about Emerson's Students of the Month.
Our first student of the month for November is Ethan Dehann. Ethan, we are so proud of you and glad you're here with us. First question for you. Out of all of your classes here at CHS, which one has been the most rewarding for you?
I'd probably have to say my AP US History class, junior year. It was just like such a welcoming environment, and I think we really kind of grew together as a community rather than just like students learning a class. And I think that was really valuable, seeing that kind of like group of people coming together. So I think that definitely was probably my most valuable class, I'd say.
You get involved in so much in school. You're in the mentoring program. You also do the Give and the Lime Club. What makes you want to do the Give and Lime Club?
I'd say it's just like an opportunity to get involved here, like locally.
Yeah. And what are some things they're working on right now, either one of them?
So for Give Club right now, we have our food drive, so go donate some food.
Yeah.
That's pretty what we're doing
Good
right
for you.
now.
To kind of jump off that, you do so much with the CHS community service programs. You do something outside of here as well. I know you kind of help restore donated furniture for low-income families. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so I volunteer every Saturday at a place in Acton called Household Goods, which basically is people donate their like furniture they're not using anymore. So my job is to refurbish the furniture, get it ready to be donated back to the community. And then the other thing I do, which is a lot of work, is loading the trucks full of it. So basically the clients will like pick out what they want, and then I will have to basically play Tetris in the truck with like all this different kind of like heavy furniture. And so it's kind of like a running back and forth, making sure everything gets out to them all right. And then when I have a spare minute to go into the back and like fix some more stuff up, to go back to like basically restock the showroom for them.
Good for you. What are your plans next year?
Go to college and study either biology or genetics.
Do you know where you're looking at?
I'd say some of my top schools are probably Purdue, Virginia Tech, and Northeastern.
Good for you.
Why genetics?
Because I want to pursue a master's in genetic counseling, so genetics kind of goes along with that. And then, so yeah, genetic counseling.
Very cool.
And if you could look back at your freshman self, and what advice would you give yourself?
Oh, I would definitely say to get involved then.
Yeah.
I kind of was slow to get involved, and then obviously sophomore year COVID happened, so it kind of took a while for me to kind of find a place here, which I eventually did, but it kind of felt like I was a bit behind by the time when I found it in junior year, so I would definitely say get involved freshman year, definitely.
Well, that's great to know. Well, that's all the time we have, and on behalf of the Rotary Club, I want to say congratulations on being a Student of the Month on behalf of the Chelmsford High administration.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Dean MacNeil introduce Emerson's second Student of the Month.
Our second student of the month for November is Shamoyl Vaid. Sham, thank you so much for joining us here. To start us off, let's think about one teacher. Which teacher here during your CHS career has made the most impact on you as a student or just as a person?
I would say Mr. Shea. Going into his junior year, when I was going to take his class, I've never been like a big fan of English, and I was taking AP Lang with him, so I had somewhat of a closed mind when I was going in, but because of him, he's really passionate about his job, and I thought, I think it's kind of hard to share that passion sometimes with students, and I think he did a great job, and that made me feel good about going to his class. So yeah.
You get involved in so much in school as well as outside of school. What is one thing you do inside school or outside of school that you look forward to every week, and why?
I'd say meeting the people that are involved with me, going to the clubs and track. the people that I've met, like I really value those experiences that I make with them and the memories. So I really enjoy that.
What club stands out the most that you've been fully involved in?
I'd say either class reps or track as an activity, because I spend a lot of time over the winter and spring for track, and then class reps, I'm usually there with my friends, so I really enjoy that.
Makes sense.
So I noticed you're part of Give, you're part of Lime, you've done the Chelmsford Turkey Trot stuff. You're so involved. But similar to our other Student of the Month, you've done some work with kind of refurbishing furniture. Can you talk about that experience?
So I actually got that because of Ethan, the experience and the opportunity. But so basically we have furniture that is donated, and then we make the furniture nice after it gets donated, make sure it's all up to standard. And then we'll have clients come in and they'll pick out some furniture that they need. And then we'll take that furniture and put it into a truck for them so they can take it back home.
Wow.
Nice.
Very nice. So what are you looking forward to after the school year?
I plan on going to college, 4-year college. I want to study business. I'm not sure exactly what field in business, but I plan to do that.
And how far are you looking from Chelmsford? Close, far?
Probably in-state. I'm planning on staying in-state, not very far, yeah.
Excellent.
Do you see yourself continuing with the saxophone in college? I know you're a great saxophone player.
I'd probably keep it as a hobby. I don't think I'm going to take it to the level higher than what it is here.
That's a good question. You are involved in so much in school here. Right. When you get to college, what are some things you're going to take with you that you say, hey, I still want to do this because it really recharges my battery?
I think the volunteer clubs, I really enjoy that because I get to meet new people, and those people are great, and I really enjoy that. And we're helping people at the same time. So.
Yeah. And then what is one thing you're looking forward to for the remainder of this year?
I think just making those lasting memories, while we still have the time. I'm just making sure that I'm not taking any day for granted, so I just want to make sure I'm doing that.
Oh, good for you. Well, on behalf of the Chelmsford High Administration and the Rotary Club, which sponsors this program, we want to say congratulations on being one of Emerson's Students of the Month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now introduce you to Dean Blagg from Hawthorne House, introduce Hawthorne Students of the Month.
Thanks, Principal Murray. Really excited to talk with Akhila Garre, one of our Students of the Month for Hawthorne House. Akhila is just a lovely young woman who's a tremendous student who's involved in so many things. She's a great student. She's taken a whole host of AP classes this year, really challenging herself. She's a member of multiple honor societies here at the high school. She's also been recognized as an AP scholar and a National Merit Commended Student. Extracurricularly, she's the president of our Service-Based Interact Club that's affiliated with the Rotary, and she's also the business editor of the yearbook, which is great. And she's also part of Women in STEM. You name it. She's also run cross country and played tennis in the past. Akhila is just an awesome kid who just adds so much to our student body. Congratulations, Akhila.
Thank you.
I noticed that you're a yearbook editor.
Yeah.
That is a massive job. What are some of the challenges and what are the joys you have with that?
I think kind of communicating with, first of all, the boards. I think we are all really close. We're all friends before yearbook, so it's now we're in a position. So it's communicating with our board, we're doing a great job. And then it's we have to make sure that we're communicating with ourselves and also the club members, making sure that our ideas are bouncing off of us and then kind of spreading out to everyone in the club and just getting the stuff that we need to do done, because the yearbook is something that's really important that everyone needs, everyone cherishes, and it's we need to try to capture the most important memories that everyone wants to see when they look back, and it's just kind of trying to make sure that we do our best job in it.
That's great.
That's great. And one of the things that you've talked about being involved in is the Women in STEM. Which I think is a tremendous thing. Talk to us a little bit about that experience and why you think it's so worthwhile.
Yeah, so Women in STEM is a new club this year. One of my friends, a lot of them came together and they founded the club this year, kind of just to bring awareness and also just bring importance for women in STEM, because we don't really have a lot of women in STEM clubs. There's a few teams here, but there aren't a lot of women in it. So they kind of wanted to just promote women in STEM, and what they do is they're working to host events where women in STEM from different fields in the real world, they come and talk to us and kind of tell us about their real life and their job and what it's like for them.
That's wonderful, and I would assume that's a real networking possibility for you and allows you to hopefully make some connections. How did you give back to the school? That's, I think provided you with a lot of great opportunities. What are some of the things that you would like to impart to the people who are younger than you here?
I would think that it's through the clubs I take part in. I mean, I'm part of Interact Club, and I joined that freshman year, so I've stuck through it with all 4 years. But I think that through that club specifically, I've definitely given back. I mean, Interact specifically is like a Chelmsford specific club. We try to give back to our school, our community that's given us so much. And it's through all our volunteering, our fundraising, and everything that we do, I think we've done a great job in giving back.
Certainly, of course.
Great. Well, our 5 minutes are up. So on behalf of the Chelmsford High Administration and the Rotary Club, which sponsors this program, congratulations on being one of Hawthorne Students of the Month.
Thank you.
Way to go. Really proud of you.
Thank you.
Best of luck. And Dean Blagg, you introduced the second Student of the Month from Hawthorne.
I'm happy to, Principal Murray. I'm really excited to announce Emma Taylor is one of our Students of the Month here for Hawthorne House. Emma's just a tremendous kid who's really involved in all aspects of our student life here. She's first and foremost a tremendous student. She's taken a whole host of advanced placement and honors courses this year. She's been recognized as a member of multiple honor societies. She was a recipient of a College Book Award her junior year, and she's a National Merit Commended student. On top of all of her studies, which she really obviously excels in, she's been a student athlete. She's been a 4-year member of our varsity volleyball team and a 2-year captain, junior and senior year. And just done a tremendous job with that team, helping them really grow each year to the point where they made their tournament for the first time in a while. On top of that, she's also involved in our freshman mentor program for the past 2 years and is part of the executive board, helping to plan out all the activities for that. She's also a member of our service club, the Give Club, and she is a peer tutor, which is an outstanding thing, helping people out. In her free time, she works at the paper store. Is that still?
Yep.
Yeah. And she's hoping to go to a 4-year school, focusing on STEM, maybe the medical field, but she's not quite sure. We'll figure that out. But congratulations, Emma.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Dean Blagg mentioned the mentor program. It's a phenomenal program. If you were to talk to an 8th grade parent and their kid's going to be a freshman next year, what would you tell them about the program and what to expect?
I feel like the 8th grade parents are so scared for their kids in a way. I know my mom was, where you think of high school, it's big and scary for your kid going up into high school. I'd say maybe the program really helps with making sure that they just have a smooth transition, whether it's getting a feel for the building and coming in as an 8th grader, freshman first day, and then having a mentor who you can go to for questions, because all the mentors are really awesome with that. So just having someone that they can look to and it can be a good experience for them coming into high school is great.
I want to talk to you a little bit about being a student athlete, because you're obviously a top-end student, just a tremendous student, but you're also an athlete. Talk to me about trying to find that balance between the athletics, the academics, and finding that balance where you maintain your sanity too.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. I know schoolwork, I'll usually get a couple hours of homework a night at least. So yeah, kind of just finding the balance, whether it's before practice, hanging out in the locker room, getting some homework done, or during games while I'm watching JV, I'll maybe try and crank out the end of my essay or do some stuff like that. Just finding the balance and trying to have a focus on both, because both are so important to me. Yeah, just getting time in wherever I can.
And then one of the things that I love about athletics is that I think it helps you learn a lot about yourself. You're a great athlete. I saw you play multiple times, and you're just a great player. What have you learned about yourself through all the trials and tribulations and hard work and hitting obstacles, you name it? What do you learn about yourself through athletics?
I feel like I definitely have sort of a big self-competition within myself. I'm definitely a big perfectionist, so kind of with volleyball, getting to see maybe what I'm not doing well, how can I improve, whether it's asking coaches, asking teammates, just to see what I can get better at, really learning different things about myself, whether I'm good at them or bad at them, and then just kind of helping my communication with the team, because that was one thing that we needed, especially trying to make playoffs this year, was how could we communicate, be a good team, so just learning, I guess what I was good at and what I could help with in a way.
Great.
So Speaking of focus, what are you going to be doing next year, and what's your focus? What will your focus be?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think right now I'm thinking of going into biochemistry as my major, kind of a 4-year thing, and then I kind of want to see what I like doing that, whether it's more research if I want to go there, or Dean Blagg, I know, mentioned the medical field, whether it might be physical therapy or something along those lines. If I like that, I think I'm just going to go try it out, see what I like the best, and then make a decision from there.
What got you interested in biochemistry?
Definitely taking both bio and chem at the high school. I know chemistry was something where I hadn't taken it at middle school at all, and then we got to my honors chemistry class in sophomore year with Miss Collins, and she was just the best. I loved her. The classes were like really challenging, which I hadn't gotten a lot of before, so it was nice to kind of learn like problem solving, experimental design, that type of stuff, which I really enjoyed. So carrying that into like college and in my future, and then bio, I knew I really liked 7th grade when I took it. So then doing that again in high school too, and I really enjoyed it, and it came easy to me. So, yeah.
Great. Now that you've been here almost 4 years, well, almost 3.5 years, if you could go back in time, knowing what you know now, would you do anything different in your high school, and why?
That's a tough one. I'd say probably no. Just because I've had a really great experience here. I mean, so many of the people here are so nice. I've loved what I've gotten involved in. Yeah, no regrets.
That's awesome.
I don't think.
That's great.
So as Dean Blagg said, you're involved in so much related to the school, and you do so much outside the school not related.
Yeah.
So when you go to college, what is something that's going to charge your battery and say, I still want to do something like this?
I'd say definitely volleyball. Looking at that, I kind of didn't want to go the within the school route, because I kind of wanted to have more options of where I wanted to go to school. But whether it's intramural or like club, getting involved with at the school in some way, I feel like I'd really enjoy doing that. So that's something that I've been looking through different schools. Yeah.
That's cool.
So one of the things that you've been lucky enough to have great teachers. Is there any one or that you'd really like to kind of mention for having a deep impact on you?
Yeah, I'd say Miss Collins again. I know I mentioned her. She was the best. I definitely miss her a lot this year, but she was great because she challenged us in so many ways, but she was also such like a bright light, I guess, in a way. She always told jokes, which could make the whole class laugh. She was so funny. And then also, while being tough on us, she really made sure that we felt appreciated and that we were proud of our work and what we accomplished in that class, which was amazing.
You certainly earn it in that class.
Yeah, she was the best.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree anymore.
Yeah.
So with that being said, our time is up. So on behalf of Chelmsford High Administration and the Rotary Club, which sponsors this program, congratulations on being Hawthorne's Student of the Month.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Good for you.
Thanks.
And now we go to Whittier House. I'll introduce Dean MacIsaac to introduce Whittier's Students of the Month.
Thank you, Principal Murray. Our first student of the month is Taylor Kiggins. Taylor is currently enrolled in AP Spanish, AP Environmental Science, Senior Odyssey, Quantitative Reasoning and Problem Solving, Pre-Calculus, International Relations Honors, and should be a mentor in the Resiliency Program in Semester 2. Taylor is a member of the National Honor Society, the National English Honor Society, and the National Spanish Honor Society. Taylor is very involved with the Freshman Mentor Program here at the high school. She was a mentor last year as a junior, and as a senior, she is the president of the Freshman Mentor Executive Board. This group's in charge of about 100+ mentors of juniors and senior students here, and 350+ mentees of all the freshman students who are trying to navigate this building for the first time. She's filled with caring and giving back to her community. She's done a lot of work with local events at St. Mary's Church and Trunk or Treat at CHS. Outside of CHS, she's an avid dancer. She's taken dance lessons for 15 years at a local establishment called Dance New England, D&E. Next year, she is hoping to study marketing and involve travel and real estate in her future, which are two of her biggest interests. Welcome, Taylor.
Hello.
So tell us about the Freshman Mentor Program. Obviously, this year you have quite a large role. I guess taking it back from when you were a mentor to kind of your position now as the president.
Yeah, so I think it's honestly just like a great opportunity for like everyone to get involved with the school, because like if you're not involved in a club, then you can get involved in this way, and it's great to show your leadership through that. And I've gotten great leadership skills through that, like being the president of the mentor board. I'm now like able to take that with me and use it in college and further than that. And yeah, I think it's just a great experience, and I love being able to give back to the freshmen too.
What has been your favorite part of being the president so far?
Honestly, I had fun doing like the behind the scenes stuff, like with the pairing and getting ready for that freshman first day, getting ready for the move up day. Yeah, so that's.
And then like most frustrating, like pull your hair out situation where you're in charge of all these people.
I would probably say with the behind the scenes stuff, just the last minute stuff that like are only capable of being last minute stuff, but it's just like you have to just get it done at that time. So.
Good. The program is outstanding, and thank you for your leadership with that, and obviously Mr.
Thank
Cini,
you.
Dean Blagg, all the people who are super involved. It's a big program here. Tell us about dance. You've been dancing for pretty much your whole life,
Yes.
and I don't know if it's been at D&E the whole time or
Yeah,
whatnot, but
yeah.
kind of what's kind of drawn you to dance, and have you stuck with it for so long?
What drew me to it originally was just like my parents putting me in it, and I like thank them so much for doing that because it's my favorite thing ever. I think it shows a lot of discipline and like dedication, hard work, and I think I would be a totally different person without it because there's so much structure to it, and that has honestly taught me like student skills as well to like bring what I've learned there and how to like talk to someone else and all that stuff into the classroom.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, our time is up. Believe it or not, 5 minutes went by fast.
Wow.
So on behalf of the Rotary Club and who sponsors this and the Chelmsford High administration, congratulations on being one of Whittier's Students of the Month from November.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Tim.
Thank you.
Now go to the second Student of the Month from Whittier House.
Thank you, Principal Murray. Our second student of the month is Rishi Madivada. Rishi is currently enrolled in AP Calculus AB, AP Physics C, AP Computer Science A, AP Psychology, Sociology, Senior Odyssey, and Forensic Science. Rishi is a member of the National Honor Society. He has also been recognized as a commended scholar, member of the National Merit Scholarship Program. What that means is he falls in the top 5% of the roughly 1.6 million students that took the PSATs last spring. Rishi also earned a fourth place award at the Harvard University Science Olympiad competition. He is the captain of the CHS science and math teams. He's also the member of the physics club. Rishi is very involved outside of school with the Balalahari group, which is a group that focuses on spreading the Indian culture and learning through those pathways. He's done some work through the WISH project. He's also been involved with trying to make an ionic thruster, which we're going to hear more about in a moment. He's also done some stuff with MIT Lincoln Laboratories as well. He's hoping to go to a four-year university and major in engineering with the hope of going into microchip design or space exploration. Welcome, Rishi.
Welcome.
So, most interesting thing, and we got to bring it up, we talked about the other day, what is an ionic thruster and what has drawn the interest to create one?
So, essentially, an ionic thruster essentially functions using electricity to move wind. So what happens is that as air moves towards an anode or a positively charged electrode, it kind of loses its electrons to the anode and then gravitates towards a cathode, which is a negatively charged electrode, which when the air moves, it will push other air molecules along with it, and then that causes like chain reaction causing just air to flow, and if you get enough air to flow, you generate thrust. So that's how it works essentially.
Okay, how come you wanted to create this? I'm fascinated.
So during the pandemic, originally I was just looking online for a lot of just science stuff in general, because I think I was just browsing news or something. And I came across this one article that was describing an electrically powered aircraft. And through that, I was looking, and it went to the MIT website, and it showed a plane, like this wooden aircraft, being propelled across the gym without fuel or anything. It was just a bunch of like wires and nodes all hooked up to just the wings. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I was like, yep, you know what? I'm just going to focus on that. And I haven't really looked back since.
That's outstanding. Your time here at CHS, have there been a staff member that's been influential to you or your favorite class?
If I were to really think about it, I think I would probably say Miss Gaffney was one of the more influential teachers I've had in CHS. There have been a lot of teachers who've been instrumental to helping me understand more about how the world works and how to do life, and helping me pique my interests and continue them and all that. But Miss Gaffney helped me probably start this entire journey, because in sophomore year, I had her, and I came to her with this interesting math thing I found with, I believe it was prime numbers, this little pattern I found with them. Of course, it was almost a reinventing the wheel scenario where it was a pattern that already had been found before, but I didn't know this, and I came to her with it. And I said, oh, this is really cool, and she helped me really explore my interest in math, so.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Well, believe it or not, our time is up. So on behalf of the Rotary Club, which sponsors this program, and the Chelmsford High administration, congratulations on being one of Whittier's Students of the Month.
Congrats, Rishi.
Thank you very much.
This concludes our latest edition of Lions Pride. I want to thank our deans for their thoughtful words and beautiful summaries of each recipient. I would also like to thank the Chelmsford Rotary Club for their unending support of this great program. Lastly, congratulations to all of this month's Students of the Month. On behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary and the deans, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.